players make the conversion, come over to pool. Usually they have the strategy, that's where they have their problems, and staying on the correct side of the ball is another one to run for position.
But they make it up in the pocket.
Exactly.
Sure.
And this is why, with a little coaching, they'll keep her on the correct side of the ball and just make it work to their advantage.
Safe here from Hosam. Might have left the right side of it. Left the full ball. Can get really aggressive and play the cue ball behind the 10. Could try to play the cue ball onto the 5. He tries this shot where he over follows with topspin and kind of hugs the rail with the cue ball. Filipinos like playing that shot.
I like cutting the one ball towards the right-hand corner pocket, sending it up 2 rails to where the cue ball is, and let the cue ball float behind the 6-5.
Yeah, see how he checked up the cue ball there? Shot's a lot easier on new cloth, but it's a good one, a good outside the box shot to know.
There. It's going to leak. The more bounce. Second time.
Tied up the 4 a little bit now. I think there's room on the long rail to get through, huh? Could go into it right now, George. A lot of risk, though, to get behind the 5 or the 6-8.
Yeah, there's 3 balls. Well, he'll be moving the 5. Now, if he can't come in between the ball and the rail.
Just having a look now if there's enough room past the 5 to pocket the 4. There is rail first, just a question if he wants to risk that. The 3's in a perfect spot to get the cue ball moving very little and into that small space that he needs to get into.
Is he going to lay it on the rail to shoot this?
I have a feeling it was just too risky to play the 2 into the cue ball into the 5 off the 2.
Yeah. He is going to play it there, and he's got room from that angle.
Yeah, he might have to go rail first, but the 5's right there. Nothing to do with the cue ball. Shot. Nice sequence from Van Boning there. 8 ball's going to be blocking the angle going to the right here. Just straight enough to hold, though, for the 6 in the top left.
He didn't come up enough. Or did he?
It's close.
Well, looks like he did. No, he didn't. He played safe. I don't think he got the cue ball where he wanted it.
Yeah, he had a big ball over there by the right long rail. Didn't judge the speed a bit. Actually left the pocketing angle here for Hosam as well. Yeah. This one's got to go down if he wants to stay in this match. Got it. Nicely.
Well, looks like he's going to get on the board here. Just got to cross his 10.
Nice cue he has there. 8-pointer, lots of inlays.
He's on the board. 1-2 in the second set. Guess you can call that kind of like a routine run out there.
Yeah.
Balls are laying. Pretty much routine.
Had to come with a tough opener, though. And it's always tough when you're stuck in the match, not shooting as much.
Some stats the stat guy provides us with.
Paul Sum's a little down in the safety efficiency department, but he hasn't played many. Van Boning, only 4 returns overall. Low in the missed shots, really not indicative of the scoreline. Only has 2 missed balls, but overall stuck 6-2 in the scoreline. But you can see in all the factors, the overall performance only at 7-14. So just making some non-obvious mistakes here and there.
Even with Shane jumping the cue ball off the table twice on his breaks, he's still at 50%.
Yeah, after he made those first 2 fouls, he did change one time and still went off, but I think he's found a break that he's happy with now.
How far back his hand is on his cue.
What with the power break this time?
10 ball was tracking to that corner pocket. And hits a dry break.
Yeah, I think the Karam's a little too aggressive here. Just gonna lay up and play safe. Just gonna leave an edge. Not an easy one.
Queuing over the 10 ball.
Goes off the right edge. The cue ball's running into the 2-7. Tried to get behind them and didn't quite get there. Trouble here. Boning looking to get on the hill in the second set. 1 set ahead at this point.
looks like he can cut it. Looks like he has room to go by that 7. I wasn't sure if he did for a little bit. No, he's playing it off the ball.
That was just too thin. I was worried about the cue ball going up table too much.
Not sure. I guess maybe he could. He had the full ball, but I don't know if he'd go to the outside of it enough to cut it.
Must have been, because I think he would have cut it directly if he did.
Yeah.
Chance for Hossam to level the score now. He's got to get all the way out here.
Where might he have problems?
3 to the 4 to the 5 is going to be the toughest sequence. Too much angle, and he's going to have to play a bunch of left spin now. If he runs into the 6, it'll kind of open up the path back to the 5.
With the new cloth, that left spin worked perfect. Worked great. That's a slow spin shot. Sometimes that doesn't grab on new cloth.
Looks like he's just straight enough to draw back inside the 6. Shot. Toughest part of the rack over now. 9 doesn't pass the 10. Playing the top, the 9 in the top right will be safest play.
Nice shot, getting by that 10 so clean.
Pretty much guaranteed to get angle going up table here. It's the question if he wants to get more full on it and draw it over, or get thinner and play it more naturally over. He's on the fuller side, so he has options now how he can play the 9.
You think he'll play it short side to the lower left or up to the upper right?
Yeah, I don't mind the short side plays because you got multiple pockets to possibly go in.
Could end up with position for the side. He doesn't. Gets perfect in the corner. This will tie it up.
Stands have been full this week, George, even in the early rounds.
That was a break and run for him there? Did Shane shoot there? I don't think he did.
I think he had to play safe off the first shot.
That's right.
Shane just taking a little breather in front of his face. He's been through a lot of pool in his career.
This will be their last match of the night. We have one more coming for you folks. We'll have one at 8 p.m., I believe.
Yeah, one more round tonight. Emil Gongflode and Skylar Woodward in action on table number 2. Emil had a great match this morning, defeating Naoki Oi. If this one finishes early and you're looking for someone to tide you over in between matches, that'll be a good one.
And if we're staying on this table, we'll have Levan Corteza and Roberto Gomez, an all-Filipino affair.
Interesting. Corteza, former winner of the men's PBS Las Vegas Open.
second stream table, we'll have Danielle Maciol and Corey Duell. Corey, this is one of Corey's first PBS events, I believe. I don't think he's played one before.
Yeah, he's not traveling overseas as much. The only time he goes overseas is to play hay-ball. He likes that game. Lends to his creativity, I think. But I expect him to play most of the PBS series that are in the U.S. Nothing down and a shot for Van Boning here. Gonna be tough to get back to the 2. Great shot. Super high level difficulty there. Got right where he needed to the point where I believe the carom could be on.
Yeah, nice soft shot here, and you'll have the 2 ball to the corner. Or does he have to kind of come off that 2 ball with a little bit of pace?
Yeah,
to move the cue ball up.
Yeah, he's got to draw it, so it'd be a little tough to just hold the 2 ball for the bottom right, but I think he could play something over to the bottom left. Nicely judged.
Well controlled.
Next obstacle, we avoiding the 9. From the 6 back to the 7. Cue ball's kind of running into the 10 here. Knew what side of the ball he was going to hit and accepted running into it. Not perfect on the 5 now. Going to take a lot of right spin to hold on this end of the table, and the right spin won't catch as much because of the new cloth. It is possible to hold it.
I was thinking he might come around 3 rails, but I'm not sure that's going to work for him. He's going to play safe.
Yeah, the offense was just too tricky there. Again, a veteran move, he could have chose to load it up with right and, decrease his pocketing percentage significantly. Just recognized that and played the higher percentage play overall.
Jumping, jump bank shot. And he makes this. That will hit the highlight reel.
Got it close, George.
Yes, he did.
He's left him to a point where I believe he's got to bank it. A little bit of hope here for Hossam, but if this 5 ball goes down, it's going to be a big underdog in the overall match. Again, just laying off. Now, one thing that we haven't mentioned much in this match is that the pockets are down to 4 and 8, so you're going to see players leaning towards defense a little more than you have in the past.
Think he tries to go 2 rails at this? Come off the head rail and hit it soft?
Yeah, I think he's got to
try to stay behind the 6.
Yeah, that's a very creative play. It's the easiest way to get safe.
Yeah, because that just
taking away the right long rail. It'd be a little tough to do that in the angle he's on. He did. See, again there, you might think distance would have been a better play, and he might have left the smallest left edge here, but he was definitely trying to get him on the full ball. You might have thought distance would be the better play, but at that point, he could have left the right long rail. Just played it in a way that was going to guarantee a tougher play overall for Hosam.
Let's see if he can slide that ball past the 5 without getting a double kiss there. Looks like it's going to be, almost looks like it's on the rail. He did get it by.
Yeah, just couldn't hit it thin enough.
But
so Van Boning laying off a couple times, playing a couple smart safes, and has paid dividends in this rack.
I was going to say, I like rail first here.
Yeah, I can hit the ball with less speed, avoid draw.
Instead of going back and forth.
Van Boning on the hill now in the second set to win the match. He's found a decent break, so a threat to break and run. Lock Hosam out here.
3-2 with Van Boning leading, as you said, and 1 game away from closing out Lo Hosam. But 1 flinch, 1 blink, and Lo can be there, tied at 3.
Sure, the pressure's always on in these races to form.
Players have traded hands, traded table possession at the break for the most part. Some misses in between. Not very many. What they've had, maybe 1 apiece.
Yeah, very low on the missed ball total. Less than 5 combined.
You can see how he's struggling to make sure those balls are racking good.
Three missed balls each.
Oh, wow.
There goes the 10 again, George. It's becoming comical how often that ball's going in, and sometimes the only ball as well.
That's what, 8 or 9 times now?
Yeah, it's like it's 4 times in this match, 5 times in the match before.
Yeah, there you go.
And, you know, it's one thing if it kind of goes near that pocket. It's actually just tracking right into it. It's just found the gaps that are leading towards that pocket. Another big stroke shot from Van Boning. He had one similar to this mid-match. He's good.
Yep.
Not perfect, but very great from where he started. Second time he's really powered up and gone off another ball, predicting the path while hitting another ball. ball's edged him here. Do or die kick now for Hosam.
Shane made one similar to this, but was a lot closer.
Yeah. He was on a double-edged sword there because he wanted to hit it at a slow speed, so if he missed, the 7, 8, 9 might block the 2, but at the same time, if the cue ball didn't get in the right spot, it was going to leave the 2 over the pocket. Still a tricky position here for Shane.
Little high English here and hold the cue ball there, bring the 2 ball out a couple rails.
I think he's going to go offense. I think he's going to try to get back 2 rails over to the left side of the table.
Okay.
But you're right, that is a high percentage save.
Nice. Offense. I just don't like the distance on this 3 ball and to get back to the 4. I guess he can draw the ball off the 10.
Yeah, or even forward works too.
Yeah.
Forward's going to take a little less speed, so it probably will. I was talking about him throwing in the odd miss there. He misses the ones that are more finesseful. I'm not saying he doesn't have finesse, but when you get him in these high speed spots, his stroke holds up, and he tends to, he likes those high speed shots. It's the mid-range ones that he misses a little more. Still tight position for the 7. Decent amount of room over on the left long rail.
Is he going to go back and forth or, 3 rails over? Makes it a little tough here.
Yeah, I think there's a little too much spin for the 3 rails. You'll favor the 2 here.
Well, and the other problem about the 3 railer is it comes out, it travels right towards the 10.
Yeah. Shot. Still has the 8 to deal with. He can draw into the 9 if he likes. I think he will.
He is drawing, it looks like.
Perfect. Slightly above average performance from Shane overall. Came with some tough shots. Threw in a couple break-in runs. Just a little off on the break in the first set. No real mistakes other than that, and kind of made beating a world-class player look not easy, but not difficult either.
Kind of played his B game.
Average, yeah, I'd say, yeah.
Right down the middle. Game number 4 closes out Loho Sam 4-1, 4-2. And on we go. We'll have another match for you in a few minutes. But
to be a fan of. Got a big heart, big character, and he is truly one of the real nice guys on tour. Dry break and a long look at the one. With a 5-2 deficit, Chang's got to keep this man in his sights.
It's hard to say if he can clearly see the one ball to pocket it, but it does seem like he actually can. But he has to take care about the cue ball because there's no easy and natural position for the two unless he tries to bump into the 9 and maybe stop the cue ball. But I think he's aiming with inside spin.
He absolutely was, Christina. And that increased the degree of difficulty to the shot, especially over that distance.
Yeah, it's not an easy shot. And one ball is called, and the cue ball most likely will travel behind the 9 and 4. I don't know how happy he is, almost hanging one ball in the side pocket.
I think you're right. I don't think he wanted that anywhere near hanging over the side pocket because Chang with the jump cue, you've got to expect him to get this.
Exactly.
big moment.
The 1 ball is in. No love in the 2 ball though.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that he hasn't been terribly lucky in this match. There's another situation where he fully deserved position on the 2. And unless he can bank this into the side pocket.
I think that's exactly what he's going to do. I think it's pretty straight in bank. Very well.
And now back on line. 3 into the same pocket and won't have to do anything to drop onto the 4.
And I think he did solve all problems on this table. So now it's the matter of only pocketing the rest of the balls and keeping it simple.
Never a bad idea in the game of pool. Limiting movement with the cue ball and keeping it simple, Christina.
Yeah.
Usually a formula for success, isn't it?
And with one hand, you don't want to always try to hold the cue ball. So you want to know how to use full table. But sometimes if you don't have to, just try to keep it simple. Good angle on the 8. To go off the long rail back on the side of in the center of the table. To pocket the 9 ball, probably in the same pocket. Or just roll it in the side. Again, talking about keeping it simple.
He pulls one back, still trailing 5-3. He's got a chance to break in rack number 8, or rack number 9, sorry. And, if he gets the measure of the break, string a few together, at least if nothing else, he can put a little pressure back on Francisco. And as dominant as Sanchez Ruiz has been in this match, he's only 5-3 ahead. That's a couple good breaks, and all of a sudden...
We had sorry, I just wanted to say we had a really good view to Francisco's socks with the pool balls. Maybe it's his lucky socks. That's very funny. Just another...
There you go.
It's very focused. Waiting for the next opportunity to jump in the table.
Wing ball straight in. And a ball on the top of the table as well, but yeah, just no joy in terms of where he's dropping on the 1. Oh, pardon me. I'm looking at the 9, the 1 available. Let me just correct myself real fast. He's got a great chance here. And this is what we were saying. If he could just put a couple breaks together, all of a sudden, this match gets a heartbeat again.
good speed, and now he has to decide what to do with this 4 ball that is covered by the 9 ball. I think he's going to take the combination, most likely. Perhaps if he's going to land with a perfect angle on the 3, he might try to roll it into the short side of a 4.
Yeah, I think where he's dropped on the 3 now, Christina, it's going to be combination full stop, 4-9. Just showing you where he wants to drop the cue ball to be right down the barrel of that 4-9 combination. It's the key ball, no question. And he's got to play it at a speed to try and ensure that he lands on the 4 if he gets the 9. That can go wrong too.
Yeah, it's very important to control this 4 ball.
Both players, pictures of concentration. When you're in the zone at a pool table, it's a combination of composure and concentration, high level. He needs this to slow down. And it's perfect.
It's perfect. Can't ask for more.
Played at an ideal speed. He's got a little angle. Just float the cue ball down for the 5. Nothing easy has been missed yet in this match. When they've had a chance and it looks like they should clear up, they have.
Yeah, he just checked if the 6 ball passes the 10. He definitely didn't play this one.
No,
like that.
It's not too bad though, but definitely this was not the intended pocket for the 6.
But luckily he's straight in. And 10 ball for 5-4. He's getting there.
Yeah, he's definitely got the attention of Francisco now. Just perked up in his chair. Kind of a helpless feeling, isn't it, when you're sat in your chair and your opponent's going through rack after rack? Not much you can do. You got to just try and maintain that positive outlook and wait for the opportunity.
You're right. Just as you said, keeping your composure and save yourself for the very next chance.
Get the angle to get the cue ball over towards the 4.
Yeah, this gap in between 10 and 5, 10 and 4 really. With a touch of inside spin, I think he can get there. Okay, he's choosing to play something different. Okay. Well, sometimes it's again very confusing when players aiming low and then in the last second they
strike high.
So it's a little short on the 4. It's not really cuttable anymore. So he's looking for a defense shot in here.
And there is the definition of defense. It seemed like the last few times that Francisco has come to the table, he hasn't been welcomed with anything inviting, that's for certain.
I think there's one rail kick available, but he's looking at the jump. There's 2 rail kick available between 10 and 9. Just try to tie up balls.
Just try and buy himself a little bit of time. He's on 1 foul.
And Chang will most likely try to recreate the same position.
Quick look to confirm the 4 isn't touching the cushion. So he doesn't have to play this at any speed. Just play it to nestle into the 4.
And he did just like you said.
Still Chang with all the initiative in this exchange. He's the one that can keep Francisco under pressure.
Four ball is still not frozen. And do you think he can thin cut the 4 to go behind a 6?
Oh, I'll tell you, it looks close. And that's a mistake from Chang.
Yeah. So
he's given Francisco a chance to turn the tables on him. A tactical error from a man that you wouldn't expect to see that from.
he called the 4 to go rail first. He doesn't want to run in these balls to split them up, for sure. And he did. So now whoever's going to win this battle safety will get wide open table.
Yeah, and that key is the 4 ball. The safety exchanges on the 4. And if nothing else, Francisco has bought himself a chance to turn the tables on Chang. And that is a massive let-off. A huge mistake. They had a lot of colors to try and duck behind there. Now it looks like Chang might want the cue ball cleaned, but that was a big mistake from Ruiz there. And you don't have to tell him, Christina, he knows.
Yeah. So after so many well-played shots, it's very wrong time to commit a mistake like that.
Wow.
You would never expect him to miss that kind of shot. Very unforced arrow. I think he's quite disappointed.
Yeah, that might be a shot. Could be a turning point in this match. There was a chance for Chang to get back in front at 6-5. Everything was in the open. Don't forget, he won the opening rack in this match to lead 1-0. Then he was 5-2 behind. He's won the last 3 to get to 5-5, but what a chance he just threw away there. And this man wants to help him remember it.
Yeah, and this race to 5, really, you don't want to give up any open tables and opportunities to your opponent.
Just follow through off 2 cushions, 9 to the side.
Now, just like that, the momentum flipped back to Francisco's side. And he's going to break, have a chance to extend the lead.
Ten down, so he stays in front, albeit just by that single rack, 6-5. As you noted, Christina, there was a massive momentum swing again in this rack. Now, how big it will be? Well, stay tuned, because we're going to play this one right down to a conclusion.
first place. And what a match we have for you. This is an all-Filipino affair. And you have Superman, Roberto Gomez, against his countryman, Livan Corteza, the Slayer. This is double elimination to the final 32. No early 10 balls. Winner breaks. Best of 3 sets. Races to 4. And, of course, a shootout. The exciting shootout. If tied at 3 in the final and deciding set. This is George Tejad, joined by Eric Horlifson, our Canadian Big Red. And we're going to bring you the live action tonight. Welcome, Eric.
Yeah, you were mentioning the shootout. If there ever was a match that could be possible to go to that length, this would be it. It's close to 50-50 here.
Gomez to break. Racing to 4. What do you say about these two gentlemen? 816 Fargo in Corteza and a 791 in Gomez, both in the top 100 ranked players in the world. Gomez defeating Timothy Fowler in his first match. This is a winner's round 1 match. And Corteza defeating Benji Buckley. And the 1 ball gets kissed in at the top. Oh, he can look at the 2 ball, but nothing really offensively unless it goes by the 10.
Yeah, Karam's too aggressive here to play the cue ball in line with the 3-6-8 stack. Trying to free the 2 between the 4-9. Coming back up table. He's called the 10. But have to assume it's kind of a 2-way call.
Well, got to keep in mind the 10 ball just keeps him at the table. It doesn't win him the game.
That was really aggressive, George.
Corteza with the Livan with the option here. He's pocketed a illegal ball. Or illegally pocketed a ball because he didn't call it. And Corteza does not give it up. He says, I'll take this shot.
Corteza's going on offense right out of the gate here, too.
Successful offense, and look at the position on his 4 ball. Although getting on the 5's a little on the tough side.
Yeah, cue ball's going the wrong way here. Way too tough to power a ball like this into the side and come around the rails.
Oh, he fired at that.
That's death, George, firing into these
into the side pockets
at that speed. He knew it too.
We have to laugh, folks, because we've done commentary on these tables a couple times during the Euro tours, and we know how small those side pockets play. And several players, several times just seem to avoid those side pockets, and for him to fire a ball like that.
Yeah, if you catch any part of the rail on the way in there at that speed, there's just not enough opening for the ball. Considering it's a closed pocket.
Not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's a lower percentage than it normally is.
Yeah.
By no means do we think it's impossible, especially for a guy like Livan. This event, he won this one last year.
Yeah.
Didn't he? No,
2
year
years
before,
ago.
2 years ago for Filler. Gomez fresh off an outing in Texas. Texas 10-ball open.
He's been playing a lot of one pocket in the last 3 years, and he's been playing it well.
Yes, he's gotten his name up there he competes with the best.
Put him close to the top 5, really.
You could.
Buffalo's one pocket 2 years ago. Toughest one pocket tournament in the world to win. Ooh, this is no good.
Oh boy.
Flinched on the stroke there a bit. Looking at his shaft, almost like it was a half miscue.
And Lee Van will appreciate this gift of the 9-10. And takes the opening game. With a 2-ball gift from his countryman, Roberto Superman Gomez.
Yeah, no excuse there, really. Just kind of gave up on the stroke. See how it affects him going forward.
Your referee is Dave Pearson, a.k.a. Batpool. He's out of the Amarillo area in Texas. League operator. Quite knowledgeable about the game of pool. Running leagues and things of that nature. Breaking from the side.
Miller going down. Shot on the one. Lee Van, one of the strongest tactical players in the world. Gonna try to hold the cue ball behind the 5 here. 4 might come into play. Beautiful shot. Right on the money.
Oh, perfect cue ball. As you mentioned. Gomez with the short cue. And this one ball is going to track in. No, it's going to stay up, I think. Some of those have slid in on this new cloth.
Might open the chance for Cortese here. Stay on the short side of the 3. Just a little straight. Power up slightly. Came all the way back and right into the 6. Still has the cross.
Can he cross that?
It's close.
He's going to call it there.
Maybe with left spin, and left spin will
A lot of left spin, yeah. He's got to get it out of the way. Yeah, I was thinking you might want to hit that real hard with a lot of the left spin and try to get it back to the other side pocket. Does it come back? I think it does.
You would have. Not as much on new cloth.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, this lined up pretty nice for Gomez.
Looks like it passes the 9. Coming to the short side of the 5 here.
see where he was playing last week, that would not have gone in.
Yeah, you're on typical pool room cloth.
Yeah.
It is typically 2 months old, and that ball won't go in. But don't let a shot like that deceive you. These pockets are tight. They're 4 1/8 inches is just the speed and kind of the angle that the object ball was coming from on that one. But it is a factor. When you're playing balls down the rail and you're playing at slow speed, you can be aware that you can target that part of the pocket a little more.
And these 3 balls to bring the score to 1 apiece. Was it Texas that had the high run in one pocket against the Ghost? They had 5 racks to do it, and he won it with 54 balls, I think it was, or 59 balls.
Yeah, it was the Derby City, and he was in
it was
the
Derby
50s.
City. Okay.
Yeah. I can't remember how many racks it was, but he won by a fair bit. He won by like 10 balls.
I think there were some 40s, but I think it was either 54 or 59. I can't recall.
In 5 racks, probably, George?
It's 5 racks.
Yeah.
It's 5 racks. I remember in the mid-90s, early 90s, they would do that with one pocket, the Ghost, and it was 25 balls.
Okay.
They would go 25 balls, and only it took a while for these guys to get used to that.
You've seen people doing it?
Oh, yeah. In fact, it's funny because I used to go to the pool quite a bit, and there was Alex Lely.
Yeah.
He just got into it, and he first started taking bets at 25 balls and didn't get it the first couple times. And then he caught on to it and started beating the 25 rule, and then they jumped him to 30.
Oh, on multiple chances.
Yeah, 5 racks.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 racks. But he wasn't taking ball in hand. That was the difference.
Okay.
On this, at Derby, they were taking ball in hand. Yeah, that was a long time. I'm thinking that must have been early 90s.
Yeah, Alex has been a little bit more quiet on the international scene in the last few years, but definitely one of the most knowledgeable people in the game. Great player in his time, too.
And I think that was his first exposure to one pocket.
Sure, yeah. Just picked it up quick.
Yeah. It's funny the kind of players we had coming through Tucson. Back in the day of no internet.
Yeah. Levac can try to overcut the 3 towards the right long rail. Might run into the 7. Depends how much of the 3 he has here. Safer shot there as far as not leaving the 3, but he ended up actually leaving it. Big tester here for Gomez in the first set.
That 3 ball tracking towards the 6 might not give him position on the 4. Oh, he was able to beat it. Nice shot.
Center pocket. He's going to have to hit big speed on this one. Targeting's going to have to be perfect here. Only position available is back to the side. Played a bunch of outside to try to keep the speed down, but the deflection got him. 2 missed balls now for Gomez. Seems a little unhappy with his tip. Kind of looking at it both times after both misses. Still kind of working on it as he goes back to his chair. Now, if you're unhappy with your equipment on these size pockets, it's bad news.
Everything's got to click. What's he kind of chuckling about there? Oh yeah, this is a touchy shot.
Close to a foul there, but got away from it.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of guts to follow that ball because it looks like a foul.
Absolutely. Good call by the ref.
Yeah.
Ended up funny here. So close to it. I don't know if he can create enough cut angle.
Interesting shot here.
Yeah, no camera available either.
No. He's going to try to cut it, or is he going to... What would you think of going off the 7th to the rail and coming over and pocketing the 8? Pretty crazy.
I even thought about kicking at the 7.
Well, he was able to cut it.
Yeah, if you're able to cut it, that's the
Except the 9 boy, no, he got by it. Good shot. Oh, side pocket, no. Short rail position, yes. On the rail, ouch.
Yeah, just kind of struggling through this rack.
Shooting his way out.
Yeah.
Well, he found that one. He's going to get great position on this 10 ball. Considering.
Gomez and Cortez are going to be on the team for the Philippines in the World Team Championships. They'll be joined by Rubel in a mid. I'm not sure if it's a 3 or 4 player team.
They can have up to 5.
Yeah. Jeffrey Rhoda, I think, is on the team as well.
Yes.
So maybe Gomez isn't.
I think Cheska is too.
Yeah, no kidding. Who do you put in between Cheska and Rubel? Nice when you have options like that. And for the men, too. Choices between Gomez.
775 Fargos for the women. That's the top of the food chain.
For sure.
And both of them there. Rubelin and Cheska. Gonna have to cut down on this paperwork, Eric. You know what surprises me? That in the mixed doubles turbo, neither Cheska nor Rubelin are playing.
Yeah, I think it's possible that some players actually turned it down.
Well, it was an invitational, so.
Cortez has the 3 and the 1 here.
Here we go. Finally found it. Beliaردو, Amit, Centeno, and Roda.
Okay, so they left Gomez off.
Yep. They said he's too super to play.
Rhoda actually went down in the first round. Not sure who beat him, but he's on the loser's side. It's a surprising result.
Actually, I think we had another match that I overheard or saw in the chat someplace that something of that nature happened to somebody else. Whoa. I just saw a match that caught my eye. Jovan Bustamante out of Phoenix, Arizona defeated Gerson Martinez. Big